Hello everyone. In this video we will be talking about elastic collisions. Whenever we're discussing momentum, we're considering different kinds of collisions at times. There are two different kinds of collisions. There's elastic and then there's inelastic. Let's first discuss elastic collisions. Elastic collisions are collisions in which the kinetic energy in the system is conserved and the momentum in the system is conserved. So whenever the collision occurs, whenever two objects collide with one another, also preserve their kinetic energy. So we must satisfy two main rules. We know that our momentum before must equal our momentum after. Also our energy before, or kinetic energy to be specific, must equal the kinetic energy after the collision. So let's consider we have two balls, ball 1 and ball 2, and they're moving towards each other, away from each other, and they collide with one another. So what would this look like in these equations? So considering the first ball and the second ball, before we have an m1 times v1 for velocity plus m2 v2 for the second ball. And the momentum after will be mass 1 times the velocity after. We will denote this velocity using prime. So m1 v1 prime plus m2 v2 prime for their after velocities. Similarly, in kinetic energy, we'll have 1/2 times m1 v1 squared plus 1/2 times m2 v2 squared equals 1/2 m1 v1 prime squared plus 1/2 m2 v2 prime squared. This is what tells us the collision was elastic. Now, the great thing about elastic collisions is it gives us a relationship between the velocities. From these two equations we can derive an important relation, which is that the velocity 1 minus velocity 2 equals velocity 2 prime minus velocity 1 prime. Whenever we're considering one-dimensional head-on elastic collisions, we can derive this using these two equations. What is important is to know the relation. You can look at this derivation in multiple textbooks. So how can we use this relation and our knowledge of elastic collisions to solve elastic collision problems? So let's look at an example. Let's consider this example problem. Let's say we have a ball A of mass 0.5 kilograms and a ball B of mass 0.1 kilograms. Before, ball B was stationary and ball A was moving at 2 meters per second towards ball B. After the balls collide, both balls will have a velocity, and we want to know what those velocities are. So we'll use conservation of momentum and conservation of kinetic energy to work through this problem. What's more important in the relation is the relationship in the velocities we derived earlier. So from that derivation, we get that velocity A minus velocity B equals velocity B prime minus velocity A prime. If we rewrite the equation variables in the way that we've stated them here, instead of velocity 1 we have velocity A, instead of velocity 2 we have velocity B. Now, using this, we can form a relationship between these velocities. We know that the ball wasn't moving earlier, so we know this velocity is 0. So let's solve for velocity B prime, which we get is the sum of velocity A and velocity A prime. Now, let's look at the conservation of momentum. We know that momentum before must equal the momentum after. We know that ball A had a velocity, so it has a momentum. But ball B was stationary, so the momentum will be 0. After the collision, we know both balls have a velocity. So we have mass A times velocity A prime for ball A plus mass B and velocity B prime for ball B. Now, we have two equations with two unknowns. So we can solve for this using substitution for v prime b. When we do that and we plug in our numbers, we get 0.5 for the mass of the ball A times the velocity of ball A, which is 2, equals mass of ball A times v prime of A plus mass of ball B times the sum of the two velocities, 2 plus v prime of A. Lots of little messy algebra here, but once we solve through, and we'll get v prime of A is 1.33 meters per second, which is the velocity for one of the balls. For the second ball, we already have a relationship set up here. So, using that, we can get that v prime of B is 3.33 meters per second. And we've solved our problem. Now, this relationship will be very important when you're considering collisions with elastic property. Now, remember the thing that distinguishes elastic collisions. That is that the kinetic energy in the system is conserved and the conservation of momentum is true. Thank you for watching and see you for the next video. I hope you found this video really helpful. The concepts and information presented in these videos will be true no matter what physics class you are taking. However, the concepts presented in this video are referencing material currently covered in Baylor University's coursework. Remember, if you're a currently enrolled Baylor student, we offer free tutoring services. Our tutoring center is located on the first floor of the Sid Richardson building. You will find all the details you need about these services on our website at www.baylor.edu/tutoring. You may schedule a free 30-minute one-on-one tutoring session online or just drop in during any of our open business hours. For more information about our current services, please visit our website. Thank you.